My name is Ken, Vietnamese American, born and raised in San Diego, California. This is my friend Nhat. We've known each other since I was 19 years old.
And he was like a little brother that I didn't have because I have all sisters.
Given this huge age difference,
gap, yeah.
right? I mean, he's like a grandfather figure to me. I'm just kidding, not grandfather.
He was, young and fairly naive with women at the time.
Still
So
am. Still am.
yeah. Out of the blue, he called me up. He was practically crying. I didn't even know that he was talking to a girl. But this is the first girl that I knew that he was spending time with. After the first couple times, I told him, man, down the road, you're going to look back at this and you're going to just laugh.
Yeah, I remember his words very clearly when he said that. And of course, at the time...
Yeah, he was crying and I was laughing. So I thought
your
it was
first
so
love,
funny.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody goes through it.
But he had a very, let's call it a blessed childhood, and
my family worked hard to make sure that their children were happy. My mom was Buddhist growing up, and growing up she would talk about Buddhist principles, but I was never really religious or anything of the sort. I just thought about, hey, I'm young, how can I have a good time? How can I really enjoy life, right? You graduate high school, you start going to rave parties, and there's the things that go on there. Constantly seeking a state of elation in all forms that life can bring that to you, right? But funny enough, I always had a thought though, like, I'm gonna do some bad things today. I can have fun today, but I think later on in life I'm gonna become a monk. I'm gonna go to the monastery and cultivate or do something, like find greater purpose in life. Basically, how to expand my mind and really find the meaning of life. And so the first step was to go to the monastery. I spent a month in a Zen Buddhist monastery in the countryside of France, 85 kilometers east of Bordeaux, surrounded by this Zen forest. It's absolutely beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful place. But that trip cost me $4,000. And then
ayahuasca, Peru.
Oh, well, afterwards, did some traveling around, attending meditation workshops. Each of them, usually about a few $100 or so at least. But nothing really provided systematic guidance. I was kind of all over the place. Just on YouTube, and then I saw this 4-minute introduction to Falun Gong. It's like the beginning of the exercise instruction. The practice is about assimilating to truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. And so long story short, I started to really, read the books and then, learn, and meet other people that practice Falun Gong and so Nhat at the time.
I think you handed me the book and you said, this is it.
This is it, yeah. We don't need to search anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta definitely, this has to be extremely powerful for him to say that.
Yeah. But we go to the gym. I used to go to the gym a lot, right? I wanted to build muscle, have good physical strength. And I was wondering, so you can strengthen the body, what about strengthening the mind, right? How come people don't talk about strengthening the mind, right? And it's very clear how much this practice, really strengthened my mind. Like when an angry thought or angry emotion comes, instead of before I would be like kind of reacting to it, like, oh, I'm angry, I'm going to express my anger now. But now I can kind of just stop, like, wait a second, there's an angry thought, there's a negative thought going on in my mind right now. Now I have a choice. Do I react to this sensation of anger or this negative thought, or can I choose not to? And then now I can choose not to, right? That's a simple example, right? Not truly be that emotion or that thought, but just kind of like take a step back, look at it like objectively, kind of like you're watching a movie and you see the main character and just not indulging in that emotion or thought, but choose how I want. I think that's true power right there.
I used to think people cannot change, it's impossible. But then through this, I was actually able to change myself. And then in changing myself, it affected the people around me. It really allows you to understand the purpose of life, why we exist, why we're here, and who we are.
You know, I've come to realize that we as human beings, we all possess this incredible innate potential to become extraordinary. But it's not just going to happen for us. We have to make it happen.
I don't think I've ever thanked you for introducing Falun Dafa to me. But much appreciated.